If you're using AI in your business right now, there's a good chance you're doing it the hard way. Not because you're not smart enough or because you haven't tried, but because almost everyone is being sold the same story about what AI is supposed to do for you. And that story is backwards. Most small business owners I talk to are using AI the same way. They open a chat window, type in a prompt, get an answer, copy it, paste it somewhere, maybe edit it a bit, and move on. They're using AI like a really fast intern. And yeah, it saves a few minutes here and there. But 6 months later, they're still working the same hours. Still the bottleneck in their own business. Still trading time for money. The only difference is now they feel guilty because they're supposed to be using AI, and it still hasn't changed anything. Here's what nobody's telling you. The way you're using AI right now isn't wrong because you're bad at prompts. It's wrong because you're treating AI like a tool when you should be treating it like a system. And that difference is everything. Let me explain what I mean. Right now, most small businesses use AI exactly the way they use a calculator or a spell checker. You have a task. You go to the tool. You use it. You get a result. You move on. ChatGPT for writing emails. An AI transcription app for meeting notes. Maybe an image generator for social posts. These are all tools. And tools are useful. But tools require you to show up every single time. Tools don't run your business. You do. So what happens is this. You write a proposal using AI. Great. You save 20 minutes. Then a client emails you. You use AI to draft a reply. Another 10 minutes saved. Then you need a social media caption. AI again. 5 more minutes. At the end of the week, you've saved maybe 2 or 3 hours. That feels good. It feels productive. But your business hasn't actually changed. You're still the one doing everything. You've just gotten slightly faster at doing it. And here's the trap. Faster doesn't scale. If you're a consultant billing hourly, working faster just means you finish your work sooner, and then you have to go find more work. If you're an agency owner, working faster just means you can take on maybe one more client before you burn out. You're still the limit. You're still the ceiling. This is the mistake. Thinking AI is about speed. It's not. It's about structure. So let's talk about the difference between a tool and a system. A tool does one thing when you ask it to. A system does many things without you asking. A tool is reactive. A system is proactive. A tool saves you time. A system buys you back your life. Here's a simple example. Let's say you run a consulting business. Every time you sign a new client, you have to send them a welcome email, add them to your CRM, create a shared folder, send them an onboarding questionnaire, schedule a kickoff call, and send a calendar invite. Right now, you probably do all of that manually. Maybe you use a template for the email. Maybe you use a scheduling link. Those are tools. You're still doing the work. Now imagine this. A client signs your contract. The moment that contract is signed, everything else happens automatically. The welcome email goes out. They're added to your CRM with the right tags. The shared folder is created and shared with them. The onboarding questionnaire is sent. A kickoff call is scheduled based on your availability. The calendar invite goes out. All of it. Without you lifting a finger. That's a system. The tool version saves you 15 minutes. The system version gives you 15 minutes back every single time, forever. And more importantly, it removes you from the process. The business runs without you. That's the difference. Now let's talk about why this matters for growth. Most small business owners hit a ceiling around the same revenue point. For consultants, it's usually somewhere between 10 and 20,000 a month. For agencies, maybe 50 to 100. The number doesn't matter. What matters is the reason. The ceiling isn't because you don't have enough clients. It's because you don't have enough of you. You can only be in one meeting at a time. You can only write one proposal at a time. You can only onboard one client at a time. So you hit a point where adding more revenue means adding more of your time. And you don't have more time. So you either hire someone, which is expensive and complicated, or you stay stuck. This is what I call the time for money trap. And AI tools don't solve it. AI tools just let you run faster on the same treadmill. But AI systems break the treadmill completely. Because systems don't require your time. They run whether you're working or not. They scale without you scaling your effort. Think about it this way. If you're using AI to write one email faster, you've saved time once. But if you build an AI system that writes and sends follow-up emails to every lead who doesn't respond within 3 days, you've saved time forever. And you've probably increased your close rate, because now no lead falls through the cracks. That's nonlinear growth. That's leverage. So what does it actually look like to build AI systems in a small business? Let me give you 3 examples. These aren't theoretical. These are things you can build right now without being technical. First, an operations and onboarding system. Every business has repetitive processes that happen the same way every time. Client onboarding, employee onboarding, project kickoffs. These are perfect for AI systems. You can set up a system that triggers based on an action. Someone fills out a form, signs a contract, makes a payment, whatever, and then the system takes over. It sends emails. It updates databases. It creates documents. It schedules tasks. It notifies your team. All of it happens automatically based on logic you define once. This isn't about replacing people. It's about removing the boring, repetitive work that burns people out. Your team stops doing data entry and starts doing the work that actually matters. Second, customer communication and follow-ups. Most businesses lose money not because their product is bad, but because they're inconsistent with follow-up. A lead fills out a form and you don't respond for 2 days. A client asks a question and it sits in your inbox. A prospect ghosts you and you forget to follow up. These aren't big dramatic failures. They're tiny cracks, but they add up. An AI system can handle all of this. It can send immediate responses to new leads. It can follow up with people who haven't replied. It can check in with past clients. It can ask for referrals. It can send reminders. And it can do all of this in a way that feels personal and human, because you control the tone, the timing, and the logic. You're not spamming people. You're being consistent in a way that's impossible to do manually when you're busy. Third, internal decision-making and reporting. This one's underrated. Most small business owners make decisions based on gut feeling because they don't have time to look at the data. How many leads came in this week? Which marketing channel is actually working? Which clients are profitable and which ones are draining resources? You probably know you should track this stuff, but you don't because it's tedious. AI systems can track it for you. They can pull data from your CRM, your bank account, your project management tool, wherever. They can analyze it. They can send you a report every Monday morning that tells you exactly what's happening in your business. And they can flag issues before they become problems. Low cash flow. A client who hasn't paid. A project that's behind schedule. You stop reacting to fires and start preventing them. Let me show you what this looks like in practice. Imagine you run a marketing consultancy. You work with 5 or 6 clients at a time. You're good at what you do, but you're maxed out. You can't take on more clients without hiring someone, and you're not ready for that yet. Right now, your week looks like this. Client calls, writing strategy docs, reviewing campaigns, sending reports, answering emails, invoicing, chasing payments, managing your calendar. It's a lot. You're using AI here and there. ChatGPT to draft emails. An AI tool to summarize meeting notes. It helps a bit, but you're still working 50-hour weeks. Now imagine you've built 3 AI systems. One handles all your client onboarding. When someone signs your contract, they automatically get a welcome sequence, access to your client portal, a kickoff call scheduled, and a brief that asks them the right questions before you even meet. You show up to that first call already prepared. No back and forth emails. No confusion. The second system handles follow-ups and check-ins. Every week, your clients get a quick check-in message. If they don't respond, the system follows up. If they mention a concern, it flags it for you. You're never out of touch, but you're also not spending 2 hours a week writing, just checking in emails. The third system handles your reporting. Every Friday, you get a summary of what happened that week. Revenue, expenses, project status, upcoming deadlines. And every month, your clients get a report on their campaigns. The system pulls the data, formats it, and sends it. You just review it to make sure it's accurate. What changes? You're no longer doing the repetitive stuff. You're not the bottleneck anymore. You can take on another client or 2 without working more hours. Or you can work the same amount and actually take a day off without everything falling apart. Your business starts to feel less like a job and more like a business. Here's what I've noticed about businesses that make this shift. They grow differently. It's not linear. It's not. I worked 10% harder, so I made 10% more money. It's more like, I built this system 2 months ago, and now I'm closing 30% more deals without doing anything differently. That's leverage. That's what systems give you. And it's not just about revenue. It's about how the business feels. When you're running on tools, you're always on, always reacting, Always one bad week away from everything falling apart. When you're running on systems, the business has a rhythm. Things happen whether you're there or not. Clients get taken care of. Leads get followed up with. Reports get sent. You stop being the single point of failure. And your customers notice. They get faster responses. More consistent communication. Fewer things falling through the cracks. It's a better experience for them, which means they stay longer, refer more people, and complain less. Everyone wins. So how do you actually start building these systems? Because I know what you're thinking. This sounds complicated. This sounds expensive. This sounds like something only big companies with IT departments can do. It's not. You can start small. Pick one workflow in your business that you do the same way every single time. Client onboarding, lead follow-up, weekly reporting. Whatever it is, map it out. Write down every step, every email you send, every field you update, every document you create. Just document the process. Then ask yourself, which parts of this could happen automatically? Not which parts should I use AI to help with? Which parts could happen without me being involved at all? That's the shift. That's thinking in systems. You don't need to be technical to do this. There are tools out there that let you build workflows visually. You drag and drop. You connect things. You set up triggers and actions. If this happens, do that. It's closer to building with Lego than writing code. And you don't need to automate everything on day one. Start with one thing. Get it working. Then move to the next. The key is to stop thinking in apps and start thinking in systems. It's not about finding the perfect AI tool. It's about designing a process that works without you, and then using whatever tools make that process possible. Here's the thing. AI isn't a shortcut. It's not a hack. It's not a way to avoid doing the hard work of building a real business. But it is infrastructure.